Oh, it's Kanna. Hello, Baby Gang says this is Calvin, also known as Wormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Your Turn to Die. Kanna just showed up here as soon as he went into this area here. Sarah? Kanna? Hey, is it okay if you'd be up yet? Because she was being looked after by the two gals, right? What's the matter? Do you want to say something? Or did something happen in the hall? I feel like if something happened in the hall, they would have sent somebody. Not that there's anything wrong with Kanna, but she's not in a very good place right now. I just really wanted to ask you about my sister. What about your sister? Her sister, who I think failed the other trial, right? What we're presuming failed the trial. Please give me an answer. Back then. Oh no, is she gonna ask us if she could have like survived? Could Kanna have actually saved her sister? Is she talking about herself in the first person? Or is it third person? Sorry guys, sorry. This is really heartbreaking. And of course this would be on her mind, and I imagine that it is a thing where like she's probably gotten to a place where she can finally ask this question, because like honestly, like this is emotionally traumatic for everybody here, but it's going to affect people in different ways. I was disoriented, so I didn't hear what everyone else said. But you and Joe Mishima, now you all have the same trials. Oh yeah, that's one thing she's going to notice, right? For sure. Kanna, could Kanna have saved her? She keeps talking about herself in that way as well. No. That is so brutal. You could have, you couldn't have, or ask Joe. Ask Joe is out of the question. That's not fair to put on Joe. That's not fair to put on Joe. She asked us because she trusts us as well, 100%. But can I say as well that this is like very like painful portrayal, but again, it's not like unrealistic. It's this idea that like she has gone through something so horrible, and now her sister is gone. And probably the one, it's not a comfort, but the one small thing in her mind before she came down and met us was probably like, there's nothing I could do. It's either I die or she dies. But then it probably like, again, since she was kind of all over the place, hearing from what happened with Joe and us, and Joe and I, and then Mishima now, probably made her like perk up a bit and go, oh no. And you imagine the sink, and that's probably what made her fall down. That's probably made her like feel that way. Made her feel even worse in that sense. But we have to decide whether we want to be honest with her or we want to lie. Now, I wish you couldn't have was actually, it's not your fault, because no matter what, again, if someone comes into a room with you and has a gun and says, I have one bullet, you choose who dies. And then they shoot the person that you choose that you don't want to survive. And then they go, you both could have survived. That's not your fault. That's not her fault at all. I know she's not asking if it's my fault. She's asking, could she survive? That's the question she's asking. That's the problem. Because the answer truly is, it's not your fault. So we have to choose whether we want to be honest with her, which I think she's already in a very, very tumultuous, traumatic state. Or we have to choose whether we say you couldn't have. And I feel like this is us trying to like save her some guilt a little bit. Even though the guilt shouldn't be on her. I'm leaning towards being more honest, because my theory is, guys, I know it's like pretty horrible. Like you want to like protect someone in a state like is 100%, but I feel like lying to them isn't going to help them. Right? The best choice would be to not tell her at all yet, or to be like, look, can we talk about this like in the main area? Can we talk about this in like in a nicer setting, even though there's no nice setting here? It's really not like in the middle of this hallway is not the best way to do this, especially after like everything that's happened here already, And for Sarah too, like I'm not trying to say like, I hope it doesn't make it seem like I'm saying like it's unfair on Sarah. I'm saying that like Sarah just went through something crazy as well. This gun game that they just had, So I would say I'm gonna be honest with her, but I hope you guys understand I'm saying this because I feel like it's not helpful to lie to her. But again, maybe you guys have a different view on that, and you can maybe convince me the other way. But also at the same time too, I think she could easily find out that we were lying. All it takes is now mentioning that like I could have saved her. I saved Misha, or Mishima saved me. All it takes is like someone else like, mentioning that it could be saved. So I'm gonna be honest, but I wish we didn't have to do this now. I was about to tell the truth when we what? Oh, it's Mishima. Oh my, Miss Kanna, Rico and now are looking for you, you know. I heard you talking of you, so I came over. This girl, man, no, this is so horrible. And it's showing the direct result of what this situation brings to people. Like, and they've shown. I like that they're not shying away from this, by the way, because I think it's one of those things where, like, if you're doing, and again, I bring up, I hope it doesn't seem like I'm constantly comparing the games, but I bring up like Danganronpa and Ace Attorney because they're the other two visual novel games I love to play. And what I love about those games as well is that they also don't, they can have fun and have funny characters and quirky characters. When it comes time to talk about the serious situations that are involved, they really talk about the situations involved. Here we're seeing a direct thing here that doesn't happen very often in games, which is this character is traumatized. And again, maybe I'm not a therapist, but like this seems like way more like realistic than it would be in some games too, where like she's not sitting here kind of like, cartoonishly being traumatized. And you can't define people's trauma. I want to make it clear. So like if I'm saying like, oh, this person's cartoonish, that's probably bad to say because you can't people, you can't define trauma. And people also like as well like to romanticize the idea of trauma sometimes too, where to the point where they're like, they only believe in one side of it because the other side is hard to deal with, right? Because it's like people having like mental health issues. Like it's like the parts that are easier, not easier to deal with. The parts that friends can be like, oh yeah, like you stay in bed all day and like you are sad. I can deal with this stuff. But as soon as they start doing like the really kind of like ugliest side of it, they don't want to deal with it. But I think that the way they're doing this now as well is like, I every time she shows up on screen, I feel like terrible. Like it's just you weep for this gal, right? For sure. Mr. Mishima, please tell me you were unlucky, Miss Kanna. What? Because we only had one key, we had to remove the other restraints by force. Oh, Mishima. Luckily, Miss Now had us myself, and Miss Sarah had Joe. Is Mishima being very well spoken here? Due to our having a strong man, we barely managed to survive. No, that's a lie. It can't be. Oh my god, even the facial expressions here are like, very well done here. I can see the almost like disbelief and pain etched across her face. It's not a lie. It's the truth, Kanna. I suppose it was a trial of both assessing and the situation and of might. For you and your sister was a trial with hardly any chance of success. I don't believe it. I won't. You're all trying to deceive me. It's true, Kanna. Sarah, even if it sounds like a lie, it won't change the reality. This music, man. Do you think she trusts Sarah a lot? And I think people have already put their trust towards Sarah. They see, maybe because they see her being very active in this story, but look at the way her facial expression changed when Sarah said something. We're all telling you the truth. Miss Kanna, you regret it, yes? This is so heart-wrenching. Holy hell. Kanna killed her sister. Her sister was frantically trying to help, but Kanna's an idiot. She didn't listen. No. This is not your fault. Look at this poor gal. This is not even nearly your fault. It's not even nearly your fault. Whoever put us in this situation is who's going to be at fault for this forever. Forever. And I think what Mishima did here is he didn't lie technically, right? He said that you were unlucky. And I think that's a better way of putting it than like, well, because again, I didn't want to lie to her, but I also didn't want to like, the truth, outward truth is horrible, to say. But in reality, I do think it's one of those situations where it's not a lie to say you were unlucky. I think it's the best way to put it. Because they had Mishima and we had Joe, not just because like, oh, they're big, strong men. It's more to me, the reason why we got lucky there is because we had two people that were capable of doing that. Kanna, there's like, the trauma that this situation brought you, there's no way you would have been able to do it. Really. So I think the actual true answer is you couldn't have. In reality. What was your sister like? Oh my god, this poor gal. Sister. My sister was kind. Even when we fought, she'd never be cruel. Oh my god. She was always thinking about Kanna. Why didn't she use the key for herself? Because just what you said there. She was making sure that you were safe. Was it not that your very existence gave your sister happiness? Mishima is actually doing a really, really fantastic job here. He's actually like wrenching my heart a bit. Miss Kanna, I can sense that you were loved as if it were in the very air. Surely you were raised with utmost care, were you not? This is something that I actually think is it's an expression that I only heard like in the past like year and a half. But like, you know what, like, and I totally got it when people said it. It's like, you know, when you can tell someone like grew up with love, you know, you can almost tell. Not that like people who didn't grow up with love and people who like aren't beautiful people as well, but you can always tell like when there's someone who like grew up with like a lot of like love. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm sure because people who didn't grow up with love, I know many of those people who are beautiful, amazing people. It's just like a different category, I suppose. I'm sure she was a wonderful sister. Mishima is saying all the right things here. Poor Kanna. Miss Sarah, if you were her sister, would you... Oh my god, Mishima, that's... If I was her, encourage her, show her affection? I think maybe some encouragement now would be good. Kanna, you being there, let me be strong enough even in hard times. This is such an interesting scene. Didn't expect this at all from this. I'm sure even if we're apart, I'll be there somewhere in your heart, so... Don't give in. Sister? And again, I don't know. Again, we're not psychologists, right? We're not this stuff as well. We don't know how well this works, but this is like them putting like something into action for this situation here. And Mishima really jumped into action here to make Kanna realize that if her sister died, or if Kanna died, her sister would be just as, if not more, distraught. Because clearly she loved her so much. And then getting Sarah to say the words to Kanna about what her sister might say. I think from the outward sense, people might think it might be cruel or crass in a way. But I do think that like having like an older girl say to her isn't supposed to replace her sister, but it's supposed to make her realize what her sister would say in that situation, you know? I miss you. Oh, Kanna. Now the time for blaming yourself has passed. Your sister is surely watching you from somewhere. Mishima, this was fantastic. It was so fantastic. Really, really well done. Kanna. Won't give in. Good. Awesome. Awesome. 100%. Because her sister is watching. Yeah, 100% Kanna. I'm so proud of this. And again, it's going to take time, but like I'm so proud of this jump here. Kanna. Rico. Oh, look at her face. Like, it's rare to see her, like, not in distress. Damn it, you nutty professor. What happened to shout when you find her? Oh dear, it appears I'm being yelled at. That's not it, Rico. See, let's all go and I'll explain, okay? Really? Sure, okay. Rico seems like she has a heart of gold as well, honestly. Incredible scene. Incredible scene. That shows me how much heart this game is going to have. I will return to searching myself. Professor Mishima, thank you. No, I'm thankful to you. It's thanks to you two following along that I was able to make something of it. I couldn't do a thing. It's okay, Joe. These are terrifyingly tough situations because you're talking about like the difference between like paths that people walk down. Your words can change people's perception of themselves, of the world around them. It's a heavy situation. Miss Sarah, do you understand why Miss Kanna came to talk to you? It's surely because you resemble a sister. That's why she wanted to hear from you. I was thinking because of the older girl thing, but yeah, that makes sense as well, I guess. I do. That's again, the emotions and the psychological aspects of this are so well done. Miss Sarah, until we leave here, please take the role of Miss Kanna's big sister. I will protect her with my life. I will protect her with my life. I will not let anything happen to her. And Joe, her younger brother. Come on, not the elder brother. You're the younger brother, Joe. Well then, another time. Me act as Kanna's big sister? I wonder if I can do a thing like that. It's a lot of pressure, but I think again, there's a trust that's put in Sarah here that I think is actually well-founded, as we've seen with the gun game as well. The reason why the psychological aspects of the whole scene work for me is it's not pretty. It's not this really beautiful, gorgeous, like, you know, emotional like scene that would be typical and that you would see like kind of like the idea of like I'm gonna overcome this no matter what, you know, that's why I would end it. But the way we got there was very like unconventional but also very heavy. This idea that like Kanna came to Sarah because she's an older girl who resembles her sister is a very neat like detail about how someone's mind might work, right? Or how Kanna's mind might work. She was feeling nervous. She was feeling sick. She couldn't even walk. She couldn't even like understand what people were saying. But through the crowd and piercing through the crowd, she saw Sarah, and she thought of her sister, and she thought the best thing I can do here is to ask this girl here, not because like there's some like, you know, thoughtful process going on in her head of like I have to ask Sarah because like this and this and that. It's because psychologically she was compelled to be drawn towards someone who looked like her sister. And I think it's a really, really fantastic way they've done that. Because again, it's not pretty. It's scary and sad. Not scary. I don't want to say scary because it's like, oh, your trauma is scary. I don't want to say it like that, but you know what I mean? It's scary in terms of like the psychological aspects of like how a mind can work and how down in the dumps she really was and how the world was being warped in her mind in a way. But it's also very beautiful what Mishima said there as well. Because again, I was trying to be honest with her because I really felt like, I know people will see that as harsh, but I never tried to be harsh. But I think it's one of those situations where like I thought that at some point she's going to find out anyway and it's going to be worse down the line, you know? But then I thought to myself, like when Misha was saying all this stuff, he's not lying. To me, like I know he's technically lying, but he's not lying, right? He lied about like how we got out of there, right? Though the big strong man, because like that wasn't what happened. Joe figured out the key thing, you know, and same with Mishima figuring out the thing as well. But boiling it down to like that idea is there's like a nugget of truth within the lies where she was just unlucky. And factually so, I would say, with how the state that Kanna's in and the situation we're in, there's really nothing she could have done to do something. There was a time limit. To do something, she would have had to calm down. She would have had to get into a better space in her head. But all she was thinking when she probably got untied was, my sister's going to die. And then she had to watch it happen. Like, you can't underestimate and understate the absolute horrific experience that she went through. And the fact that she's even talking and walking is already something that's really impressive. And here's the thing I always want to say as well, like, I don't want to make it seem like the people who go through something traumatic, who then are able to like, you know, overcome it and do something are like stronger than ones who can't. I think we just have to, you know, put a whole statement on it and say that like, you know, you become stronger despite your trauma, and you become stronger in spite of the people who gave you trauma, not because of the trauma, right? Trauma literally, you know, what doesn't kill you, you know, makes you, you know, broken instead sometimes to say, you know, like bring me the horizon. But you become stronger despite that, and despite that whole situation. But it's not something to be ever like scoffed at or made into like just like a video game part. Like to me, this is a real world I'm treating it as. And what we just witnessed was someone going through like an emotional trauma that I could never even like fathom what it's like to go through, and an older person jumping into action and protecting her soul and her mind from being too hurt, and giving it like a little nugget of truth about what's happening here. Because at the end of the day, it's not her fault. The fault of this is always the people who made this game. But yeah, an incredible scene, really fantastic stuff. My heart absolutely aches for her. I will do everything in my power to make sure nothing ever happens to that gal. I'll do everything in my power. Everything in my power. Really incredible stuff. My heart is heavy right now. And Joe saying, oh, I couldn't have done anything, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, the fact that, like, I don't know if anyone's ever been in a situation like that. Like, it's a miracle sometimes you can get the right words out. You know? It's a miracle sometimes. The trio are chatting calmly. Glad you were getting conscious, Kanna. I think that Riko is already, like, one of my favorite characters. She radiates tough but sweet. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. Sorry to worry you. Oh my God, Kanna, never say that. Kids don't gotta be all respectful. Let your feelings out as they are. I agree, Riko, I agree. You're incredible. I agree. Yes, thank you very much. This game is already getting the stamp for me of like, I don't want this to end. I know like it's not even finished, but hopefully it'll be finished this year, but... Riko, it seems like you're enjoying yourself too. Yeah. Riko's the perfect person to have here as well. Almost like, you know, like everyone could be your big sister at this stage. So should we go to different areas then as well to check some stuff out? She's so right about that as well, by the way. Like, kids shouldn't have to deal with that whatsoever. Oh! Oh, wait. Someone placed this back here. It's down on the table again. Do you think that whoever placed that there, like, was, obviously wants us to find that? That's really crazy. So, okay. So I know that I can't... Let me go back to the central hall for a second. I know that I can't do it with the wind, right? But I want to go here to this area first of all. And I want to see if there's anything we can notice about... Oh, yeah, we have to move there. About this area here as well. Yeah, my heart aches for Kanna, man. It really does. So we know this has wind currents flowing down. The only breeze coming from the dartboard doesn't seem like air conditioner or anything. So is there a way to like stop this? Like, is there a way to go into the blue room? Is there like a switch or something? Can we check the blue room really quickly? Because I don't know if this is a side thing or a main thing. Oh, not enough to do there. Oh, okay, so we don't have to go to the blue room again. Let's wait and see what we can find then. I don't want to just throw the dart again just for the sake of it. Stock with cigarettes. Let's go back to Central Hall. Let's go to the bar then and see if we can find anything else there. This is a really incredible cast of characters so far, guys. It really is. So... Because we still have the cigar, we still have a lighter. Should we try and light the cigar? But then we'd have to smoke it. We don't want to do that. What happens if you click on it? I think we have to go back to the mannequin we found before. A cigar with high quality wrapping. A size Zippo lighter. Is there anything we can light on fire? Right? Our hopes and our dreams, maybe? Who knows? Professor Mishima is inspecting every inch of the room. Please tell me if you need anything, Miss Sarah. What is that? That cigar. A miner can't be carrying on such a thing. I wasn't going to smoke it. I thought it might be a clue. Is that so? Apologies for my suspicion. No, but I do enjoy that he actually is taking on this role of, like, you know, actually being a caring adult, you know? It seems I slip into teaching mode whenever I see his students. Cool, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Yes, you could let me hold on to that. I'm telling you, I won't smoke it. Hand his cigar to Professor Mishima. Okay, so he has a cigar now. Interesting. Jin is searching a low eye level. Bars is full of alcohol. Meow. I hate alcohol, and I hate my drunken dad more. Yeah, that's so sad. Well, you got a quiet look, Woof. No, that's nothing. Hey, once we get out of here, let's play together, Jin. I'll beat you up in video games so you're crying, Woof. He is definitely that kid that I said that, like, shows up to the party, like a family gathering, and, like, everyone thinks he's a little bit weird, but he's kind of adorable. None of these drinks seem especially notable. We have the list of people who can drink again, right? Yeah. Man, the stuff with Kai is crazy as well, isn't it? The stuff with Kai is so crazy. Because the stuff about Makana, we didn't even get to discuss it. But I'm very, like, much in love with this game so far, guys. I'm having such a good time. Let's go to the central hall. So, I'm guessing we go back to the cafeteria. Right? And then we go to this area over here. It would be nice to see if we can do anything with that thing, though. And then we move to here. Wait, we can't go in here anymore? That's interesting. So we can't go in here anymore? Maybe it's because we've done everything we need to do there right now. Possibly. So we have a lighter, we have a gun, we have a dartboard. Let's see. Is there other rooms we can go down? So the only other place I can think to go then is the bar again. But if we go to... Let's go to this... Or maybe somewhere in the cafeteria, maybe? Is there something that can be lit up with the lighter? That's the thing. I feel there's something... Oh! Move this out of the way? Sure. A sliding door! Oh... Passage to bar? Oh, is it this here? The sliding door on the side of the counter opens... I thought it was going to be like a secret hideaway, but no, it's just a door on the counter. Alright, let's open it up. A sliding door opened. That's one stiff door. Is it move? Oh no, we just have to expect it. I keep thinking we're gonna go inside. It's dark behind the sliding door. Maybe there's some clue in there. Joe stuck his hand into the darkness. What's this? Obtained a cigar cutter. I think I saw this online once. It's a tool for cutting cigars to smoke them. Why are you looking at it online? Don't smoke, Sarah. You look so concerned. Do it look like I would? Oh, more importantly, there's something bigger in the back. All right, what's this? Obtained a right leg. Oh, another item. Great. Wah! Looks like this one's a doll limb too. Take it, Joe. Why are you so calm? It is a terrifying experience. But now, can we talk to him about getting the cigar cut again and light the cigar up? Please tell me if you need anything, Miss Sarah. Oh, what is that? You mean the cigar cutter? Oh, it's the cigar cutter. Besides, it's a tool for use for smoking cigars. You won't be smoking, will you, Miss Sarah? No. Of course not, obviously. Well then, could I take it? Professor Mishima, are you going to smoke a cigar? Out of the question for a teacher to smoke. As long as you're an adult, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's none of my business what you want to do. Handed the cigar cutter over to Professor Mishima. So at that point, can we give him the lighter as well, like at that point? Because he seems like he wants to smoke. Professor Mishima is inspecting every room. Please tell me if you need anything, Miss Sarah. What is that? This lighter? Indeed, did you find it somewhere? Yes, in the cafeteria. Perhaps you mean to light up a... What? I'm not going to smoke. You have everything she needs to smoke as well with the cigar and the cigar cutter. Then could I hang on to it? He's bizarrely wary of underage smoking. I mean, like, I think he seems like he wants to smoke himself. Hand the lighter over to Professor Mishima. Is he smoking now? Oh, Miss Sarah. Professor Mishima, did something good happen? What are you speaking of? There's nothing, indeed. Like, maybe you're happy about the cigar. Yeah, he definitely wanted to smoke the cigar himself. Which, again, it's none of my business. Bro, smoke what you want. A teacher like myself would not smoke. He really wants to. I want to inspect the cigar. I wonder, is that cigar really just a luxury item being provided to us? What do you mean to say? Maybe there's something to it. Would you let me inspect it a little? I get it, that's true. We should investigate it closely. Let us try using the cutter on the cigar. Professor Mishima cuts it with a practiced hand. So he knows how to do this. Oh, what is this? Amazing there was a bill inside the cigar. A bill? Obtained one... Oh, for the vending machine? It seems like it wasn't a real cigar. Are you disappointed in that? What a relief. Smoking is bad for you after all. I think he's a little bit upset. Thank goodness, sir. Thank goodness. He's visibly disappointed. Miss Sarah, please take the unused lighter, this 1,000 yen bill. When you think about it, you will likely find more use for them. Obtained a lighter. So he did intend to use the lighter. That's very funny to me, though. That is very funny to me. Because, again, I think what's cool about the characters in this game is that, they're not like these perfect characters, you know what I mean? They're not like characters that are like just the one thing, right? He's this very wise person who gave really fantastic advice, but he's also like a little bit of a fibber when it comes to like him smoking, you know? It's like, it's something so small that like adds like a little bit of a tiny bit of a tinge to his character. It's very, very fun. So now we have the 1,000 yen bill. I think we can go to the vending machine, right? Both water and soda cost 1,000 yen? Yes, we should. I think this is where we should use it, right? So we should be clicking on everything. That's what we're learning here. Ah, so we have everything, right? Did we? We have a leg. We have two. I think we have two. I don't know. Did we? Whoa. Is that a doll arm? It's way too realistic. Wish they'd cut it out. Let me hold on to it, Sarah. Be grateful. So now we have... I know we have the head. We know where the torso is. So I wonder did something change now that we've done that as well. Really, we should be clicking on absolutely everything. So we can go back to other places and click on some more stuff. Like, we can go to the cafeteria and click on everything, maybe. An elegant chandelier. But there's our black chandelier. I can see the kitchen through the glass. Should we try going here again? We'll know if we can go here or not. If it tells us we can. There we go. Okay, pink room. That's all we need to do. So now we can do this. A clothed doll torso leans against the wall. Let's search elsewhere first, Sarah. Would you don't want to put something in there? Eerie stuffed animals. Wait, is this the... There's a heart-shaped vent on the wall. Do you think that this is a, No. Because I was saying if this is a vent, maybe it goes to the other side where there's, like, air pouring out. But the air pouring out is, like, very, very fast, isn't it? So I guess we still have to explore other places, but we might as well click as much things as we can here. Should we click every rabbit as well? Okay. Back to the cafeteria. Okay, so we can't do that just right now anyway. I guess it was maybe a glitch that we couldn't go there, possibly? We still have the dart, so maybe we go back to the game room and see if there's anything we can do there. Maybe something's changed. You never know. And where are the other guys? You know? Smoking area hallway. Stocked with cigarettes. Won't open, huh? Doesn't seem like air conditioning or something. Should we try using the dartboard one last time? Because maybe it might be one of those things where, like, if you fail it again, the character, someone comes in and is like, hey, this is how you do it. Darts and billiards are cool, aren't they? Should I show the dart I have? Yeah, we can probably get another dart, right? Lost the dart. Is that okay? Couldn't that have been a clue? Yeah, so we can go back and get the dart again. I don't think we can go back to the... We can't go to the red room. We can't go to the blue room. Yeah, so let's go and get another one of those darts again as well. Ooh, dude. I kind of like these parts of games as well, though, like trying to figure out what we have to do. It doesn't feel bad, you know? Unless we have to click on more of these doorways here as well. We do have a gun, too. Cafeteria. If it's there again... Oh, maybe it's dropping down from below? No, because it would... I think someone's leaving it there. Combine... Wait. Combine it with what? Whoa, so it's more force? Ah, everything's worth a try. Can I fire the dart with this now? That sounds very dangerous, but I guess it's more force. That makes sense. Okay, very cool. So we can combine items. That's good to remember. You guys doing okay? Yeah, it's the same things I said before. Love these designs, man. Love them so much. Perfect stuff. Love that, man. Love that idea. So let's go back to the smoking area hallway. And let's go to the game room. No, not the gay room. The game room. We can go there later. Okay? Shoot the target with the revolver. Look at this. Look at his blush. Look at the blush in his face. He's really nice hair. Did it work? Wait, we got even the music as well? For hitting the bullseye, you get a wonderful gift. Please look into the hole. Exercising caution as I looked into the hole around the dartboard. It's like a freaking moat. I saw something within reach. Ah, the left leg. I thought it was going to open up the red door. Yeah, that's for real. Freaking nothing. I'm not freaked out at all. It's okay to be freaked out by this. This actually like makes a lot of sense. Like there's times to be freaked out, and this is one of those times. You know what I mean? This is not one of those times where like being freaked out is weird. You know? All these incomprehensible setups. It's just a fake leg, huh? I'll hold onto it. It's heavy, right? Legitimately, this is one of my favorite things about puzzle games in general. Like, I come from like a Resident Evil background where I love Resident Evil so much, and I've loved it since I was like, I was scared by it as a kid. And the thing about Resident Evil that I really adore is like there'll be some really crazy puzzles, right? Like find like we have to like find the music score to activate this to open up a secret passageway. So I love those type of puzzles. I really do. So now will we go back to the torso? Do we have enough? So cafeteria. And the dart is gone. This to me screams that someone was leaving the dart there when we left back again, you know? It means someone's probably watching us. That's my view anyway. Which I think is really, really creepy. Now can we go pink room? No, not cancel. Pink room. We have everything. Okay, perfect. Head, left arm, left leg, right leg. This should be everything. Should I attach them? I guess we kind of talked to everyone, right? We're doing it. Okay, I'll call the others. Yeah, best to have everyone here at the same time, I suppose. Well now, we're finally doing it. Where'd you guys go to? The 2D art is so good. Like, it's so gorgeous. Like, it actually is like, no, I'm not saying the character like Keiji's gorgeous. I'm saying that like the actual art itself is really, really pretty. Like, it has such a great color and texture to it. It always looks really, really appealing to look at, to be honest. Oh, where have you been? He said, yeah. Oh, just found a hidden room. Wait, what? So, you're okay? That's my line. Good, so everyone's safe. My heart is beating fast. What could possibly happen? I got the door open just in case. So our escape route secured. Well, on to the fateful moment. Let's roll. I'm really excited for this, but terrified. Keiji skillfully attached the parts to the doll torso placed there. The right arm, right leg, left arm, Exodia obliterate. And the head. Nothing's happening? Wait, you smell? Oh no. What, huh? Is the room going white? It's gas! Poison? No, not good. We need to leave the room. But the white gas filled the room in a blink of an eye. I can't see anything through that vent. Remember the vent with the freaking love heart? I can't see past my own hands. There's nowhere to run. This is terrifying. They're gonna have to go through so much of this, aren't they? Are we all going to suffocate? I'm not prepared. It's not poison gas, so everyone relax? Who's this? What? Who are you? Is that like a melted crown on their head? Good day. Who is this? You're the doll. No way. This is the doll we put back together? How does that even happen? The red and yellow eyes, by the way? It is like it's melted. What? Yes, I am the doll that you rescued. Advance, am I not? This is insane. Legitimately though, like it's really creepy, but like in a very cool way, right? It's like one of those things where like, man, like if I'm telling my friend, I'm like, man, and then this creepy doll comes back to life, you know? But it is creepy, you know? It makes your skin crawl in a way. It's like, what's happening? Ha! How's going on here? As it happens, I revived to tell you what is happening and support you through the trials. What? You're gonna be like our companion? Stay with me, you creepy ass puppet. There's nothing to fear, you see. I will offer you my full support. Oh, yeah, that's an appropriate reaction. This is crazy. My word, is there no one who could speak calmly here? This is not a calm situation. We're already in such a scary situation. Now a doll has come to life that we assembled. It's a step too far to ask someone not to be surprised when a doll starts talking. Exactly. I guess we'll talk to a comment to get some more information. I'll just ask, just what are you? Fill in the policeman here too. I'm not really following. Then we'll begin my introduction. It's such like a kooky and weird and wonderful type of thing to do. Like it's very fantastical and magical, right? But it doesn't change the fact of how like absolutely terrifying it can be. My name is MIley, the laughing doll. Well, that doesn't help me be less scared. The laughing doll? I'm a doll who will guide you on this floor. Wait, there's gonna be... Floor? Does that mean there's a possibility there could be multiple guides on multiple floors? My masters instructed me to guide your brave souls, who've already overcome several trials to the main game. Your master, in other words, you're on the side of the kidnappers. Yes, their masters clearly the people who put us here 100%. So you're our enemy. Don't try and say you're not. How very serious. MIley is crazy. Stop laughing, asshole. You want to die? I'd rather not. No, I wouldn't like to be all torn up again. How does this even happen? How do they do this? How do they make something like this? I know. I just have to tear you up first. MIley is about to... Oh, that's MIley saying. Yeah, I know, I just have to tear you up first. Please do not. Please do not. Tear us up. As a warning... What do you mean as a warning? Oh my god, I thought that was my phone for a second. I was like, who the frick is calling at this time? What are we doing? It's vibrating? Anyone will do if it'll make you quiet. What are you talking about? What did you do? What indeed? What has she done? Answer. What has she done? Very well. I'm making... Not Joe. What are you... No. 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 They can't. They can't. There's no way. Get away, get away. It's dangerous. No, what are you talking about? Oh my god, did she just do it to scare us? I genuinely thought Joe was dead there. I was bracing. What the F, man? This is torture. This is torture. What the hell? That was a lie, of course. Did you enjoy it? Why would they enjoy that, MIley? A lie? Joe's knees gave out and he collapsed on the floor. As you would. The probably only thing that was keeping him going was that adrenaline of like, oh, I'm about to die. The collar can't actually explode. It can't explode? Wait, so what's keeping us here? This isn't. This is because it's clear that she doesn't have like a very much like of an emotional intelligence. This can't. What do you mean it can't explode? You piece of shit. Honestly, though, like horrible. I think this is an appropriate reaction from Rico here. And she's just laughing. She again. There's no like tact. She doesn't have that in her, you know. So funny. I can't even talk. She's so like deranged. She's out of her mind. Whoa, Jin, stay back. Honestly, like legitimately stay back. Out of her mind, you're not human to begin with. That's probably more the appropriate answer. But it seems we should do as she says. Why kidnap us? So we have some questions here. We can ask her all these questions, hopefully. You don't know, do you? What I'm about to explain is in regards to the fight you must take for your own destiny. What the hell? You will soon undergo a great trial in order to escape outside. As it has been prior, the superior will live and the inferior will die. It is far from me, so it is a death game. Of course, we saw it from the freaking gun situation as well. One among you will certainly die, and the person to die shall be decided by your own majority. That's what I thought the majority vote was just gonna be like little tiny mini games, like with the decision stuff, like where we decide like who goes first or who does this thing. But we're deciding who dies with a vote. Oh, Kanna, and she's already been through like immense stuff. I'm saying you'll pick it yourself, so we have to pick who dies? The one most unnecessary, hated, and acceptable have to die. No, that's not how this works. We don't talk like that. That's so inhumane. That's so horrible. Stop talking nonsense. I'm gonna do something like that. I've played death games. They have ways. How can I by all means starve to death at all? Well, that's true as well. Starve to death. Just laying on the table. Pick one of us? What is she saying? I can't comprehend it. She's saying that we have to pick. Now, honestly speaking, yeah, you'd be stunned to silence. It's such an appropriate reaction. She's saying we have to pick someone to die. And she even said, like, hated. She wasn't mincing words. She said, like, even if someone is hated, so it's probably a character even like, hey, if you don't like this character, get rid of them, you know, which is horrible. We would kill one of these people stuck in the same situation who we had considered allies, or else we would be killed by them. Why doesn't this feel real? Don't go so pale, everyone. I've got some something good to hand out. Something good? My head won't work. I hardly understand what you're saying. I think the way that the writing is in this game, they're appropriately reacting all the freaking time. Yes, your head would be in bits right now. You'd be spinning. Here, Sarah Shudin. I have this tablet. Obtained a voting tablet? Does everyone have one now? Let's test the functionality with some actual use. When voting, if you know who voted for who, it turns into a quarrel, doesn't it? Thus, by voting with these tablets, you won't know who made the vote. Oh, so you can do anonymous voting, it seems. As a test, try voting for whoever. What? Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe this is just a test. Okay. Votes. Sarah. 1 vote. Joe. 1 vote. So did Joe vote for himself? KG. 1 vote. Did everyone vote for themselves? Kanna. 1 vote. Did everyone? Everyone might have voted for himself. Kitaro. 1 vote. Someone's gonna have 2 votes. Suo. No one voted for Suo, so Suo didn't vote for himself anyway. Rico. 1 vote. Now 0 votes. Okay, so now everyone voted for themselves. Kai, 1 vote. Stalker. Jin. Please be 0 votes. Who voted to kill? It's a kid. 3 votes for what I believe to be just like yes, he's a bit eccentric, but like he's not even that bad. Mishima 3 votes. Oh, it appears to be a bit one-sided. So this is the tablet for voting. Is there something you want to say? If you were a human, I suppose there would be something like, cease this if you have a heart. Unfortunately, I do not. Pity. More importantly, are you sure? Hmm? No. No, it was a hypothetical. Do you want those to be, those are your last words? What are you doing? It won't explode, will it? Not Mishima. No, it won't explode. What did you say? Professor. No. It's hot? What? Oh, that's way worse. What the hell? The color is visibly changing color. It's like burning him. It burns. Wait, they're actually killing Mishima? No way. Professor Mishima, a smell lingered in the air, burning skin. A spell I never experienced before, a smell of human flesh burning and the sound of blood. What are you talking about? I thought that was a hypothetical. Take it off, take it off. How is he going to take it off? That is so brutal. What the hell? Stay away. Professor Mishima pushed now away, and with that he fell backwards in front of Kanna. Professor, he's going to die. Don't if you touch that collar. And then the professor... No. No. You said it was a hypothetical. Professor, there's no way. There's no way. Oh my god. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be hypothetical. That's why I voted for myself. Knowing that no one else would vote for Sarah. But there's always that part of me that believed I was wrong, you know what I mean? I was like, but I was trying to prepare for a precaution there. That means 3 people voted for Mishima. What the? And this music as well. Oh my god. Excuse me? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You wet yourself. Oh, Kanna, look, can someone just, like, take off their jacket or something, like... You making fun of her for this reaction as if it's not, like an involuntary reaction? Absolute psychopaths, the freaking doll is. Why would you do this? Like... We're not making fun of Kanna for this. There's no way we're letting out and make fun of Kanna for this. There's no way. If someone can, like, give... Again... Like, I'm not saying it's like it's involuntary. It's not something that like she should be ashamed of whatsoever. 110%. But if we can just give her a jacket or something, one of our jumpers or something. You've learned what the majority vote means from this experience, haven't you? I really don't like MIley. My stomach is in bits here. They've literally killed off a character already. And there's no way we could have killed off anyone else, by the way, because the way the votes went, if we voted for anyone else, it would have only gone to 2 votes. No matter what. This is too awful. It's horrific. It wasn't just an instant pain. He burned to length and was unable to even write. He died. Like, that's the point here. Yeah. It's not a quick death. It's not an explosion. It's torture. Everyone's a good person. How can you do this? What did we do? Poor Kanna, man. This is horrific. I won't let this stand. You annoy me, you powerless little girl. No. Oh my freaking god, you sister. What the hell? That's just evil. Absolute evil. Stop. Kanna, don't listen to this. Look, what is this? It's a freaking doll. Don't listen to it. I saw how miserable you were in your first trial, Kanna. Don't trample on her. Oh, and Professor Mishima's concern for Kanna. That's the thing. She not only killed the dude who made her feel comfortable right in front of her, but now trying to like drag up all this trauma again on the words he left her. You're actually... Oh my god. What is this game? Your actions killed your sister. Don't trample over Kanna's heart. Can we not just like... We can't... What can we do? What? Wait, Sarah, did you just... Kai hit her? Kai slapped her with a freaking frying pan? You little... So even dolls bleed red. I wish he wasn't like the stalker, because that's like aura times 1,000. Don't think you could do this. I just get away scot-free. On the contrary, I ask that you don't think you'll be getting away with this so little as this. What does he mean? I'll have you pay for toying with people's lives. What? Damn it, I'll remember this. I'll be waiting on the grounds of the main game. Are you alright? I don't understand. Professor Mishima's death. Nor who Kai is. That's the thing. Like, for him to be like, in Sarah's mind, he's the guy who's stalking us. So now he's like this guy who also is standing up for people's lives. Stalking someone is definitely showing an absence of care for someone's life. But that was a brutal encounter with MIley. Not only did she kill Professor Mishima, who, again, not even nearly a bad dude, but she also aimed at Kanna. She saw that Kanna wet herself, which again is involuntary. It's not something that anyone should ever make fun of her for 100% ever. And then she went right after her heart, knowing exactly what was going to hurt her. And then Kai hits her with a freaking pan. Horrific moment, but yes, even if what awaits us is killing each other by majority vote, however cruel that future it is, I can't go dying yet. Of course not. Is this the first chapter? This music, chapter 1, part 1, end. That is a crazy way to end this. We'll save first, guys, because I actually think this is a great place to actually end the video, to be honest. Go to the title, yeah, 100%. And then we can continue on with the next one. I think it's a good place to branch out. Talk about setting the tone. This whole chapter set an incredible tone for what's to come in this game. A brutal tone, horrific tone, but also there's like emotional depth there as well. I think that when I say that like it sets a brutal tone, the ending there I think even though we knew this is already dangerous, right? This is a situation where we've been kidnapped. That's already horrible. This is a situation where we're already in a dangerous, like, predicament. This is a situation where we're already terrified. People have died already, right? But I feel like there's an aspect, and this game's very smart at doing this for the ending part. And I'm not going to say I enjoyed it, because it wasn't like something that's like enjoyable. It was horrific. But that's meant to be horrific. It's meant to make you feel uncomfortable. But there is what I think what they did here is actually, like, you know, intentional, which is we're playing these games. You might, and again, maybe you killed someone in the gun game earlier. For me, who didn't kill someone in the gun game earlier, we have this thing where, like, we're actually having, like, we're doing, like, fun exploration. There is, like, some big emotions here and some heavy emotions here, but, like, it's all kind of, like, wrapped in, like, some great characters and some great moments so far, and a really fun exploration and a really fun puzzle solving and stuff like this too. I feel like the last few moments of this chapter ensure that all of the stuff that you've seen so far, whether it be Kanna's trauma, the death of her sister, us being kidnapped, this death game we've been put in, this gun game that we were put in, all of it, the game is making sure you know that this is not going to be a walk in the park. This is not going to be all sunshine and roses. And not that it ever gave us that indication, but it's trying to say that, like, even at the most peak fun aspects of this game, you have to understand there is a sadistic nature to the people that have kept you here. And it is sadistic. Horrifically so. The final moments of this chapter, having Mishima die, was shocking, because not because I didn't think it could have happened. My thought process was in that moment was it could be them trying to do something real here. But all of a sudden, too, in the back of my mind, I thought, maybe not, right? But as soon as Mishima's collar started going off, the reason why I kind of, like, thought it could be real is because I don't think, from the energy I get from this game, I don't think they're the type of game to do 2 fake outs in a row, like, right one after each other. The Joe fake out was too... Again, you're talking about the way they make you feel emotions in this game. The Joe fake out made us, like, absolutely terrified that someone could die, and then they kill off Mishima in the most horrific way possible. And now 2 things we're thinking. Actually, a couple things we're thinking. I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want this to happen to the people I adore in this game. That could have happened to Joe. And it was actually one of the most horrible, painful deaths you could encounter. Even in Mishima's final moments, he was asking people to get back and not go near him because he didn't want them to get hurt as well. That's the type of person that he really was. He's not that's what's awful about it. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? It's not a situation where we just watched, like, the worst person in the world, you know, die a horrific death or something. And even then, it's like, even if you're human, it's still gonna be hard to watch. You know what I mean? 100%. Depending on the villain, of course. Like, sometimes, like, you know, there's characters in shows where, like, they need to get this horrific beating or whatever. But it is a moment that's so well set up. And as I said, the Joe fake out, the kind of, like, feeling of relief that, oh yeah, they're not going to kill someone. Then it's like, oh, will they actually kill someone? Wait, they're going to do this again? They're going to do another fake out? No, they can't be doing another fake out. Let's vote for myself. And I voted for myself because I knew that no one else would vote for Sarah. Right? There's not a single soul in this place right now at this very moment that's going to vote for Sarah to die. Because she's a character that, like, is almost like a universal pole of trust, a pillar of trust, I should say. She's kind of universally liked, you know what I mean? And you know, I don't think it's a coincidence she's universally liked. I think it's one of those situations where, like, she's clearly trustworthy and, you know, and smart and level-headed, you know what I mean? 100%. But yeah, just it all set up this moment where when he actually did die, like, I was kind of, like, stopped in my tracks, because this whole MIley doll thing, like, the way they set that up as well, like, was really, really well done. We had this situation where basically we were putting together this mannequin doll, and slowly but surely we were building this up. And basically this game told us that, like, we made you go through all these horrific puzzles, this gun game, this scary situation, and in the end you just built a doll that ended up killing one of you. Like, that's sadistic. And this game isn't shying away from that. This game knows how horrible that is. It really does. The character of MIley itself is actually, like, a really unnerving and chill-inducing and skin-crawling character, because it shouldn't be, right? That's the thing. Instantly, it shouldn't be, but then they're saying all this stuff and this horrible stuff to us. That really, like, makes you kind of, like, instantly already terrified, but then you kind of like are doubly terrified by the words that they speak and the horrific actions they took. Because on top of like killing Mishima, which is already like one of the worst things that you could do, and it sets it sets a tone for this as well, because they didn't kill off Kai, who we now perceive to be a bad person from our perspective. They killed off the guy that just gave like beautiful advice to Kanna, you know? But it's also then afterwards did MIley then saying these horrific words like sister killer to Kanna. She was aiming for her heart. She was aiming to hurt her. It wasn't a thing where like she said like, oh, you B word, or you arsehole, or you're, even like someone saying like, hey, you're ugly. That can be like kind of like a very vague term. It's like, hey, you ugly person, you know, like that's whatever. She was aiming to hurt emotionally, which shows to me like this is like very much a, you know, a lack of care and a lack of emotional tact. And also the people that are running this game clearly want this to be something that is like that, from my perspective. On top of all that stuff, I do think that the exploration was really fun in this game so far. I love going around the place and like exploring these places, and I can't wait to explore more places. The puzzle solving it's not really puzzles, but I guess it is puzzles, like figuring out how to find different items and like searching for everything is going to be really, really fun too. But I think the emotional weight of this episode for me was definitely the Kanna situation. Kanna as a character, when we got to talk to her back there, I think that what the game has done incredibly well is not shied away from like what the effects of this type of world can have on someone. They have a character who clearly is questioning themselves, wondering like if they did the right thing, are they responsible for her sister dying? But also just in the general sense of everything else. Like having a character just break down and be like on the floor and not being able to like even hear or talk makes sense for this situation in general. It's already horrible. So to have her kind of like open up and be like, I want to like, you know, kind of open up to Sarah, is this really like emotionally and psychologically impactful and so full of depth of a situation, that to me bodes well for the rest of this game, that I'm going to get emotionally invested in these characters and in the situations and the dialogue and the conversations. That takes a lot of thought to me, to be like, okay, we're going to create a character who's going through a very traumatic situation with their sister. They recognize Sarah as someone who is like close to being like their older sister, and they're going to try and get the truth out of their sister, but in a surrogate way with this other gal here. It means they thought about this and cared about this. Like, not to just call it, be like, hey, look at the writers doing this. It means they did care about this and care about the story with this as well, which to me is a bodes well for the rest of the game. That if they can do a conversation like that, then I feel like it works in general, right? For sure. And it's not just that dialogue that's so incredible. Like, even the dialogue with the cigar is incredible. Like, it's really, really casual and fun. Even the dialogue with random characters is really insightful into who they are as people. It really is like a really well written game for me so far. Yeah, so I guess like what we can say is that this is going to be like an absolutely horrific situation. MIley is already terrifying. Kai hit him with a pan, which I think is an interesting thing that we're thinking about, because like for someone who like apparently is a stalker, for us to be like, oh yeah, like, you know, why did he do that? Is probably us question like, if he's such a bad person, why is he doing this? So there's a reason why the game is doing that, right? There's a reason why the game is like having us question that. So I wonder what's going to come of that, because obviously, like, you know, we're not questioning her memory or anything like that as well, but there's a reason why the game is having Sarah be like, who is this guy, right? And it might just be on the base level of like, you know, who is he, you know? So we'll have to see where everything goes there. There's a lot of like little tiny details going into this, a lot of really great, as I said, dialogue, really scary moments of MIley, but they're driving home the fact that this game is going to be a uphill battle on a hill that's made of barbed wire, you know, really. Guys, thank you for watching this. Thanks for always supporting this channel and watching this channel. And also, if you want to join the Patreon or YouTube members, it helps out greatly. And you can get these videos early at the lowest tier of Patreon and the YouTube memberships at €1 or whatever it is in your currency. Every single Your Turn to Die episode will be somewhat early, whether that be 3 days, 2 days, 1 day. It's always going to be early in some way. It's never like a strict schedule because you never know what would happen with videos. But yeah, these videos are like generally always early. Also, if you want to get your name in the text credits going by on the screen right now, that is €10 or whatever it is in your currency. And if you want your name read out at the end of every single video, That is €15 or whatever it is in your currency. And that's, of course, all of that is for the month as well, every single month, if you do want to join. First, I want to say thank you to the patrons of the highest tier, that being Ty Pharaoh 2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Delicious Felix, Yuled, Anusta, Yasassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Liam, High Casparian, Jared Beanham, Neo Showerite, Leo 200, Malcolm Kunde, and at the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. See you guys soon. Bye bye.